Chosen one, God said to watch this before the weekend ends because time is folding in on something that concerns you directly. Not next week. Not later. Not in vague timing. But now. Before the silence of this weekend turns into the noise of Monday's distractions, God is drawing you into a sacred focus. He's not letting you miss this moment. You have come too far, pushed through too many unseen battles, and endured too much for this hour to slip past you unnoticed. God has signaled the heavens and stirred the atmosphere around your name. What is coming is not ordinary. It is not casual. It is intentional, divine, and uniquely timed. Something is being finalized while the world sleeps, and your spirit was instructed to awaken. You're not here by accident. You're not listening by chance. This is not a random video in your scroll. This is a divine appointment. And before this weekend ends, you are being asked to position yourself in full awareness of what is unfolding. The spiritual realm has turned its attention toward your alignment. This is the moment where you are encouraged to watch until the end, to feel every word with your heart wide open, and in the comments write your most heartfelt wishes, the ones buried beneath layers of delay and hope deferred. Write your most honest, beautiful wishes, and write Amen along with the number 99. This is the paragraph where the shift begins, where energy is released through your intention, where heaven listens as your soul speaks. The rest of this message is the unfolding of something sacred. Chosen one, if this found you, respond to it. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and let's move forward. There is something extraordinary about divine timing. Not the kind you schedule on a calendar, not the kind you prepare for with routines or reminders, but the kind of timing that interrupts your world unexpectedly and demands your attention. That's what this is. The sacred nudge, the divine pull. God is pointing to the window between now and the end of the weekend, not to rush you, but to prepare you. Something is being unlocked. The timing of it is too perfect to ignore, and you've been nudged for a reason. You felt it, haven't you? That inner sensation that something is being orchestrated behind the scenes. You couldn't explain it, but you knew something invisible was shifting. You've been marked by a movement that doesn't wait for mass approval. God's spotlight is on you in this hour, and He doesn't need the crowd's confirmation. There are conversations happening in heaven about your name. Plans that have been sealed and protected are now surfacing. You are not just receiving blessings. You're walking into a command performance where the orchestration of favor, opportunity, and revelation will collide. God said to watch this now because the instructions buried in this message are activating something time-sensitive. It's not a coincidence that the doors you knocked on before didn't open. It's not strange that some people walked away or that situations collapsed when they seemed most promising. Those things weren't part of the weekend revelation. They belonged to another timeline. But this moment, this divine urgency, is tied to the real thing. God has drawn a line in your timeline. Before this weekend ends, something will be made clear to you. It may arrive in subtle signs, in conversations, in dreams, in sudden clarity, but it will come. Because God does not lie. When He speaks to your spirit and tells you to watch, it's because something is worth watching for. You were not created to miss your moment. You were not destined to walk in confusion forever. That inner stirring you feel is not anxiety. It's divine movement. It's the sound of spiritual doors unlocking. It's the confirmation that what you've been waiting for has already begun forming. Some of the greatest shifts happen quietly, not with thunder, but with whispers, not with announcements, but with alignment. And this is exactly what's happening for you. You're being aligned in ways you didn't even ask for. God has been protecting you from what you didn't know to fear and guiding you toward what you didn't know to seek. That's why it felt like delay. But in truth, it was divine redirection. He slowed down the wrong thing so the right thing could arrive without interference. He made certain you wouldn't waste your strength on empty promises. And now, just before the weekend closes, you're being brought into the divine unfolding. There are moments in life when the heavens lean closer, when the veil between you and the supernatural thins, and you feel the intensity of spiritual activity swirling around your name. That's this moment. Your past may have been filled with reasons to doubt, but now your future is pulling you forward. You're not going backward. You're not repeating cycles. You are stepping into a divine convergence that has been waiting for your arrival. The spiritual realm is already in position. Your name is already in the wind. Your situation is already turning. What's wild about this moment is that it's not just a breakthrough. It's the kind that causes you to look back and finally say, "Now I understand why I had to wait." It's the kind of shift that brings perspective. God is not just blessing you. He is revealing the hidden reason behind everything that felt like a loss. The delay, the confusion, the betrayal, the silence. It was all part of a bigger orchestration. And the moment of realization is close. Very close. Before this weekend ends, you will begin to feel the energy shift. For some, it will come in physical confirmation. An email, a message, a sudden opportunity. For others, it will come in a deep, unshakable peace that overtakes your fear. But one way or another, God will not let this message go unanswered. You are too close to what He promised to turn back now. You've endured too much to be abandoned now. You are not being asked to figure it all out. You are simply being asked to watch, to stay present, to remain spiritually awake. There are angels moving in your direction. Assistance is being dispatched. Clarity is being stirred. And God is not limited by what you see. He has never needed circumstances to look ready in order to move. In fact, He often moves best when things appear impossible. That's His signature. That's how you know it's Him. When the timing doesn't make sense, but the peace in your soul says, "This is it." That's what's happening for you right now. Your story is taking a turn. And it's not a subtle turn. It's the kind that causes people to ask, "What changed?" The kind of shift that causes even your enemies to notice the glow on you. You're entering a season where what was hidden will be revealed, what was delayed will be delivered, and what was denied will be released. This isn't hype. This is heaven's timeline. This is the reason you had to walk through the valley. This is the reason you had to cry alone. God was preparing you to carry something weighty. And now, the weight of glory is about to rest on your life. You don't need to overthink it. You don't need to explain it to everyone. You just need to stand still and know. Know that what is happening now is sacred. Know that you are seen. Know that your name is in divine circulation. God didn't bring you this far to tease you. He brought you this far because the finale is about to begin. And when He brings closure, it will come with clarity, peace, and sudden blessings. The silence you feel right now, that sacred stillness, isn't emptiness. It's loaded with intention. It is the quiet just before the manifestation breaks into your reality. It is the hush before heaven releases the sound of fulfillment. Chosen one, this moment has been encoded with power. Power that will not be seen by everyone, but power that is fully recognized by those who are spiritually awake. And you, being chosen, are not blind to what is stirring. Your spirit knows that something is closer than it has ever been. This is not imagination. This is not hope without foundation. This is real, and it's active. Every delay that previously made you feel forgotten was never punishment. It was positioning. God doesn't operate in random outcomes. He operates in divine alignments. And your life has reached one. You might not see all the pieces yet, but there is movement beneath the surface. Invisible threads are pulling everything together. Loose ends are tying up. Dead ends are becoming new beginnings. And all of this is happening just as time prepares to shift into a new phase. You are not late. You are not lost. You are not behind. You are right where heaven has aligned you to be. And the fact that you were drawn to this message, this precise one, at this exact point in time, is a sign in itself. God is revealing what needs your attention. The distractions around you may be loud, but they are powerless compared to the pull of divine momentum. You've entered a portal of transformation, and no force can cancel what God has ordained. Not envy, not fear, not resistance, not delay. The plan is already activated. God has seen you in the secret place, the quiet moments when no one clapped, when no one understood, when you kept going even with doubt in your throat and tears in your eyes. That obedience did not go unnoticed. It echoed in the chambers of heaven. And now the response is coming, not in human praise, but in supernatural payoff. You've sown seeds in silence, and the harvest is about to make noise. When God brings this to completion, it will silence every question, every critic, every inner whisper of self-doubt. The blessing will be so loud, it will hush the noise that tried to break you. The reason this is unfolding now is because God is bringing justice into alignment. Not revenge, not petty return, but divine justice. A correction to the imbalances that existed in your life. For too long, the scale has tilted in favor of others. For too long, your value has been underestimated. But when heaven recalibrates the scale, it doesn't ask permission. It doesn't issue warnings. It simply restores what was stolen and adds interest. What you need to understand is this: you are no longer in the same space spiritually. The way you used to wait has been transformed. The version of you that begged for breakthroughs has evolved into a version that expects them. And that expectation isn't arrogance, it's alignment. You're not hoping from desperation. You're expecting from confirmation. God has already shown you signs, dreams, symbols, and quiet urges. And this weekend is not just another time slot. It's the key point where awareness becomes manifestation. There are divine watchers, angels specifically assigned to your journey, who are preparing the atmosphere for your next step. Don't be surprised if you feel the presence of something holy hovering around you. Don't be confused if familiar spaces start to feel foreign. That's the sign that elevation is near. Old energies cannot occupy new spaces, and God is rearranging things swiftly so that the blessing lands in a place that can hold it. There are things that were meant to come earlier, but you were not ready to receive them. Not because you weren't worthy, but because your foundation needed more strength. God doesn't just bless quickly. He blesses wisely, and wisdom sometimes takes time. The version of you standing here now is stronger, more refined, more intuitive. And now, when the door opens, you'll know how to walk through it like you belong there. Because you do. God didn't ask your enemies for permission. He didn't consult the ones who doubted you. He simply moved forward with his plan. And that plan is about to meet your reality. You may feel like things have been too still lately, but that stillness has been sacred preparation. Behind the scenes, blueprints have been finalized. Celestial arrangements have been made. Assignments have been dispatched. And now, all you need to do is stay present and alert, because the knock is about to come. Don't mistake the quiet for absence. Sometimes God moves in whispers so the wrong ears won't hear. Your blessing has been protected not just from enemies, but from premature exposure. Had it arrived earlier, it could have been sabotaged. But now, the shield is lifted, the path is cleared, and the signal is glowing. And you're being asked to do one thing: stay spiritually awake. The weekend window is sacred. You may feel something urging you to rest, to reflect, to step away from noise. That urge is holy. It is not laziness. It is preparation. The next move requires focus. It requires discernment. It requires listening with the ears of the Spirit, not the opinions of people. And that's why this message found you now. It's your divine reminder that what's about to show up is for you, and you alone. Chosen one, The sequence of events has already started. The announcement might not be public, but in the spiritual realm, the trumpet has already sounded. You've been marked for elevation. And now, the physical world will begin catching up. Watch how things start shifting. Watch how people start calling. Watch how ideas start flowing. It won't be by your effort alone. It will be because God said, "It's time." What you're feeling is not pressure, it's power. Divine power entering your life like a force, and it won't stop once the weekend ends. But the gateway for awareness is right now. Don't wait until it passes to realize how big it was. Embrace the nudges, trust the flow, accept the preparation. Because this is bigger than you imagined, and it's happening faster than you think. You can feel it in your bones, can't you? That holy anticipation that refuses to be silenced. It's not anxiety. It's not restlessness. It's revelation. Your spirit is responding to something heaven already released. Even if your mind can't yet process it, your soul has already received the signal. And that's why you can't shake this feeling. That's why, in the quiet of the weekend, something divine is whispering louder than ever before. God has placed a knowing inside you. You don't need external validation. You don't need a committee to confirm what you already sense. There is a divine knowing rising from the depths of your soul, and it's telling you that this moment, this divine interval, is one of those before and after moments. You're stepping into a shift so significant that your life won't look the same on the other side of it. This is not hype. It's holy timing. You're not just hoping things get better. You are standing in the exact moment where things begin to change. And God made sure you'd be awake for it. He didn't want you sleeping through your own transformation. That's why He's been sending signs, nudging your awareness, setting off internal alarms you couldn't ignore even if you tried. This is not a detour. This is the road you were always meant to walk on, now fully illuminated. There are things heaven has hidden for you, not from you. And the reason they were kept out of reach was because the timing hadn't yet arrived. But the vault is opening. The sealed instructions are being revealed. The things you once tried to force are now flowing toward you freely. You're about to witness the fulfillment of what you once feared would never come. And it's happening on a divine timeline that overrides delay and silences fear. Chosen one, you must understand that this moment is sacred because it has nothing to do with the calendar and everything to do with heaven's command. The natural world may not understand it, but your spirit does. That's why you felt drawn into solitude. That's why noise has become intolerable. It's because your inner being is listening for a sound not everyone hears. And that sound is now ringing. The clock in the spirit is ticking, and you are right on time. Everything you thought you lost is being reconsidered in heaven. Everything that felt buried is being revived. What you thought was over is being restored, but in a new form, a higher version, something rebirthed with power. God doesn't just bring back what you lost. He upgrades it. He multiplies it. He breathes new life into it and makes it match your current identity. You are not returning to the old version of anything. You are receiving the divine evolution of everything. There's a portal open right now. It's not visible to the physical eye, but it's vibrating in the spiritual realm. That's why you felt things breaking off of you. Habits, old mindsets, cycles, familiar environments that no longer feel safe. It's all part of the release. You are shedding the unnecessary to step into the unstoppable. What once comforted you is now being removed so you can be clothed in the new. This is why God urged you to watch. Because the revelation is not only around you, it is inside of you. The clarity you prayed for is not delayed. It's being downloaded. The instructions you thought would come from others are rising from within. You've become the prophet of your own path. You've become the vessel of heaven's unfolding message. You no longer need to chase signs. They're chasing you. And here's the miracle hidden in the silence. God never stopped speaking. He just stopped speaking loudly. Because when you mature spiritually, He trusts you to hear the soft tones, the whispers, the impressions, the divine nudges that don't require thunder to feel real. That's the level you've entered. You're not on the outer court anymore. You've stepped into the holy of holies of your own destiny. So when God said to watch before the weekend ends, it wasn't a threat. It was an invitation to sit in the stillness and allow what's been prepared for you to finally reach you. An invitation to witness the unfolding without striving. An invitation to expect without explaining. An invitation to receive without apologizing. And you, chosen one, have accepted that invitation by showing up right now. Don't rush this. Let the divine details unfold like a scroll in your spirit. Let the revelation rise gently. Let the next step find you in your awareness, not your panic. There is no need to chase what is already assigned to you. What belongs to you is not running from you. It's running toward you. And the more present you are in this moment, the more clearly you will see it arriving. You've crossed an invisible threshold, one that isn't marked by dates, but by decisions. And the decision you've made, to believe, to be still, to watch, has triggered heaven's response. What's coming is not the result of striving, it's the reward of surrender, and God is the one delivering it. You'll start to notice things becoming easier, conversations flowing more smoothly, opportunities finding you without effort, peace settling into your chest without explanation. That's not luck, that's alignment. That's God confirming that the weekend didn't just pass, it marked the beginning of the new era. There is more to unfold, and the next wave will bring even greater clarity. There's a holy echo following you now. It travels in silence, but it shakes everything not built to last. It's dismantling what once stood in your way, but looked invisible to the eye. And you, chosen one, are walking through what can only be described as spiritual clearance. God has gone ahead of you, clearing every obstruction, every shadow, every force that once tangled your path. This weekend isn't just passing, it's parting the veil. Heaven is revealing what has been waiting behind divine curtains. Before the world begins a new week, before the distractions of daily noise resume, God wanted you still enough to hear the truth. You've entered the exact moment He chose to show Himself strong on your behalf. This wasn't about your effort. It wasn't about how hard you worked. It was about divine decision. God decided this was the moment to confirm that what was promised is no longer distant. It's descending. You may feel tired, but don't confuse fatigue with defeat. Your spirit isn't tired. It's glowing. Your soul isn't weary. It's stretching. God is expanding your capacity because He's increasing your territory. And expansion always comes with a stretching first. That's why the last few days may have felt strange, unsettling, like everything familiar was losing its grip on you. It was. You're being uprooted, not for punishment, but for planting. The soil beneath you has changed. The ground you walk on now is holy. God is placing you where favor already exists. He is not forcing you into battle. He is transitioning you into spaces where your presence alone completes the equation. You won't have to prove yourself. You won't have to strive. The table has already been set, and your nameplate is there. The seat has always been yours. You were just waiting for the announcement. And the announcement is not coming from man. It's coming from the Spirit. The moment you sit, things around you will respond. Not because of ego, but because of assignment. This weekend's revelation isn't just about receiving, it's about remembering. Remembering who you are, remembering what you carry, remembering the promise that got buried under the noise of life. The world tried to make you forget. People tried to shrink your shine. But God preserved your memory. And now He's awakening it with thunder in your spirit. Not the kind that startles, but the kind that awakens destiny. You are walking in what was once unimaginable. You're stepping into realities you didn't even know to pray for. And that's how you know it's divine. You didn't have the language for it, but God had the design. What's coming wasn't born out of your strategy. It was born out of His covenant with you. And covenants cannot be broken. Not by time, not by failure, not even by your own doubts. What God signed in eternity will show up in time, and time just caught up. The signs are subtle, but real. People are treating you differently. You're being remembered in spaces where you were once overlooked. Doors that didn't budge are opening quietly without announcement. Opportunities that once rejected you are circling back. But now, the terms are different. Now you enter not as the seeker, but as the solution. And all of this is because heaven has shifted in your favor. Chosen one, God is not asking you to do more. He is asking you to be more. Be still. Be aware. Be present. Because in your presence, the plan is unfolding. You don't need to perform. You just need to perceive. The ones who rush will miss it. The ones who doubt will delay it. But the ones who stay in alignment, like you, will watch it unfold in wonder. There's a mystery in your journey, and you've carried it like a secret weapon. That mystery is now being revealed. Not to everyone, but to the ones God has assigned to elevate and assist you. They're coming. Kingdom alignments are moving into position. People who carry what you need and recognize what you hold are about to cross your path. It won't be random. It won't be casual. It will be destiny on display. You've waited for this level of clarity. You've prayed for this kind of peace. And now that it's here, you may feel overwhelmed. But don't run from it. Stand in it. Let it baptize you in trust. Let it reset everything that fear tried to poison. Let it replace every lie that said you were forgotten. Because if God wanted to forget you, He would have never sent this message. If He had closed the case, you would not be standing in the middle of divine revelation. You are on the edge of everything you used to cry for. And the beauty of this season is not just that you're receiving, it's that you're realizing. You're realizing how protected you were in delay. You're realizing how blessed you were in hiddenness. You're realizing how much God trusted you with the wilderness, so that you'd be ready for the garden. Everything is aligned now. The time, the space, the voice, the vision, the resources, the people, the place, the instruction, the revelation, the confirmation, all of it. And it's not coming. It's here. This is the moment that confirms your name has never left heaven's lips. And God in His infinite wisdom decided that before the weekend ends, you would know it for sure. There's a divine hush over your life right now, chosen one. Not a silence of absence, but a silence of preparation. It's the calm before the confirmation. It's the atmosphere shifting in response to your name being spoken in sacred places. God didn't tell you to watch for no reason. He said to watch because something has already moved. Something has already been released. And even though your surroundings may still look the same, the structure of your life has been rebuilt in the spirit. You're walking through time that has been marked. This isn't ordinary time. This isn't another weekend passing you by. This is sacred space, carved out between heaven and earth for one purpose: manifestation. And that manifestation is no longer in the distance. It is stepping toward you. You are watching not as a spectator, but as a participant. And the very act of being still and aware is creating the pathway for miracles to land. You have no idea how many things God just shut down behind your back. How many unseen hands were removed from your destiny. How many curses were broken without your knowledge. The warfare that was forming couldn't reach you because God intercepted it in midair. While you were waiting, God was working. While you were resting, angels were releasing scrolls. While you were quiet, heaven was roaring your name in places where the next level required divine approval. There's a shift in your posture now. Not the posture of your body, but the posture of your spirit. You've stood in faith before, but now you stand in knowing. Faith got you here, but now knowing will carry you. Knowing that God is not teasing you with signs. Knowing that this urgency wasn't random. Knowing that your alignment was intentional. That knowing will protect you from doubt when nothing looks different yet. But everything has changed. Chosen one, don't underestimate what God can do in a weekend. He doesn't need months to change your life. He doesn't need years to shift your trajectory. He needs one moment of divine access, and you've stepped into it. You don't need to beg anymore. You don't need to chase. You need to receive. You need to be ready to hold what's being placed in your hands, because it's not light. It's legacy. What you carry now is weighty, not heavy in burden, but rich in purpose. And with that purpose comes divine recognition. People may not have seen you before, but they're about to. Spaces that once ignored you will now be opened by people who don't understand how you got there. But you'll know, it was God. It wasn't networking. It wasn't your resume. It wasn't luck. It was divine timing meeting divine obedience. Everything in your life has been rerouted to bring you here. The heartbreak, the betrayals, the losses, the delays. They weren't detours. They were deliverance. They delivered you from what could have ruined the version of you God needed for this hour. Had things gone your way back then, you wouldn't have survived what was on the other side. But now, you are unshakable. You are grounded in your calling. You are ready. This isn't about proving anything to anyone. You've passed that level. This is about walking in the fulfillment that was always promised to you. You don't need to explain how you got here. The ones who need to understand will recognize it in your glow. The ones who never believed won't be able to look you in the eyes. And the ones who prayed for your downfall will watch you rise and be unable to speak. The kind of blessing that's approaching doesn't come to impress. It comes to establish. This is not flash. This is foundation. God is not blessing you just to bless you. He's building something through you. And what he builds, no one can tear down. That's why this moment feels so different. That's why this weekend carried a weight you couldn't ignore. Because heaven was laying the cornerstone of your next season. This is the kind of evidence you won't have to announce. It will speak for itself. The glow will give it away. The peace will radiate off you. The confidence will arrive without arrogance. The presence you carry will shift rooms without you saying a word. You'll become the proof that God keeps his promises. And what makes this so incredible is that you don't need to fight for it. The battles are already won. The doors are already open. The answers are already printed on the scroll. You are no longer petitioning. You are being positioned. Every force that tried to stop this moment underestimated how much protection you had. The delays tried to make you forget who you were. But this message arrived just in time to remind you. You are not average. You are not wandering. You are not forgotten. You are positioned. You are chosen. And everything around you is starting to recognize it, even those who denied it before. What they tried to bury is resurrecting. What they tried to sabotage is now flourishing. And God is letting it happen in full view. You're about to hear words like, "We've been waiting for you." Your name came up. This is the moment we've prepared for you. And when you hear them, remember this weekend. Remember this sacred urgency. Remember this divine whisper. Because what you feel now is about to be confirmed out loud.